Boys and girls around the world, we are back. Static Flow action in full effect. I'm Static, she's Flow. I'm
Always.
Flow, she's Static.
Never. Never.
All right, we back at it again, Static Flow Podcast, and this is episode
5.
All right, we back at episode 5, or 5 episodes in already.
I know, right? That's crazy, right?
Yeah, man, good stuff. I like it. All right, it shows that I can like her for more than one show, and that
That's how you
haven't-
want to get started.
She hasn't gotten on my nerve to the point where I don't.
All right, it's
you know.
gonna be one of those today. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
It's all good. All right. Make sure you following us though. Let me get this out here first.
Let's hear it.
Follow us at Static Flow at the Static Flow Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, Static Flow Podcast, and also on Instagram too. We on IG, so I'm gonna add the IG this time. Instagram Static Flow. I think it's the Static Flow Podcast too. Facebook and
Yep.
Instagram is the Static Flow Podcast, and YouTube is Static Flow Podcast. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube, hit the like, follow on Facebook, and hit the follow button on IG. All right?
Good job.
All right. You already know who I am, your host.
You're not the host.
What am I supposed to say?
You're just someone who's sitting beside me.
J-
Go ahead.
I'm since someone sitting beside you. All right. Your host, Derek,
And-
a.k.a.
Don't do it.
You know who I am. I don't have to say it. It's written at the bottom. Along with my beautiful co-host. You want the big joint
That was
again?
dry. No, it's all good.
It's all good. All right.
Tika.
TK. Know what I mean? TK in the building. That's her podcast.
My name is Tika. Don't ever call me TK. All right, let's.
Only I can do that.
Okay.
All right. We're back at it again. Another episode of Static Flow Podcast. A lot of things have been going on over the past
Week, right? It feels like so
Yeah,
much stuff has
man.
been happening in the span
Like-
of 7 days. Crazy.
The news has been incredible.
Explosive.
The drama has been a lot.
Yep,
You know
elevated.
what I mean? And a lot of people's secrets
Have been exposed.
have been exposed. Some of them really, I don't want to say secrets because some of them, the stuff we heard before, people just, I guess we kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's rehashing again and
Yeah.
coming back out.
It's a little bit like confirmation of what we thought we knew already.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's that time to do what?
Get it off your chest.
I got something to say. Man. All right. What we getting off our
All right,
chest
well, what you got to
first?
say about this? Power.
All right.
Season 2. People don't. What is it? Power Ghost.
Power
What is
Ghost something.
it? Power Book 2.
Y'all see it. It's
I
on the
don't know.
screen. It's Power Ghost. It's Power Book 2 Ghost.
See, I think that's super
Because
unnecessary.
Ghost,
It's just power.
The best character ever made on the show is not on there. So
We're not
why
doing
use
that.
his name?
Ghost was a terrible person, and I personally am glad that he is gone.
See what I'm saying? The haterism that went on with Ghost. Ghost was the hottest dude on the show.
No, he
You
wasn't.
know
He
what
was
I'm
the
saying?
most toxic person.
He held that
there.
whole thing together. He saved
He was
so
the
many
nucleus
people.
of all the bullshit. Everything that happened stemmed from
And
him.
he was the
Everything.
nucleus of everybody really doing it and getting money, getting out of trouble, getting money, protecting the turf, like just everything,
No.
the whole thing. And let's not forget, Ghost wanted to go clean and try and chill, but Tasha and Tommy wouldn't let him do that. So the reason why Ghost is dead is because of them.
The reason why Ghost is dead is because of him, his own self.
Ghost is dead
That's
because
his
of Tasha
own
Thomas.
karma, his own stuff that he did. You can't run the streets like that and then expect, oh yeah, I'm going to be this the governor.
His son
Stop it.
killed him. Tasha put her
Stop
son
it.
against him.
Ghost put his own son against him.
Tasha boost that thing up.
What did he say to him in the last episode? He ruined the whole family because when he had started his affair with Angela, Ghost ruined his family and tainted his image with his
Just
kids.
because your daddy lead on me, you supposed to kill him? Who does that? It'd be a lot of dead dads around here. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, that's not it. See, we didn't went back to the old season.
I know.
We're supposed to be talking about the new season.
All right, y'all. New season. I was excited to see Mary J. Blige.
Me too. Yep.
I thought she looked real good on the show.
Yeah.
First impression.
Yeah. She.
I thought she was dope.
I feel like her portrayal or her role is gonna be dope. It's gonna be
no
dope.
doubt. I think Mary J. is gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
Real excited for Mary J. Bobby Brown was on there.
Stop calling that. I don't know his real name, but stop calling him that.
Bobby Brown was on there. I was hyped for Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown was on there. Bobby
I wasn't
was-
expecting that. You know how usually you
What's
get
his
some
real
snippets?
actor name though?
I don't know.
Well, it's on the screen. It's on the screen.
You know how you get snippets of who was going to be in it? I had no idea he was going to be in
Not
this.
not at all. I knew Mary was there, but not
Yeah.
him. You
And
know what
Method
I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah. Meth. We was excited about that. Shout out to Meth.
And I'm actually glad to see him play something that I would consider outside of what he's a lawyer. I mean, I don't know how shiesty or shady
he is. Meth has been in a couple of different movies. If you're not seeing all the Meth, I know except for How High. That's a lot of people remember him from that. Him and Redman. That was a classic, crazy, different white bread type movie film. You know what I mean? I want to say that. You know what I mean? But all in all, I was excited to see Meth, and Tasha's back. Yeah. They brought Tommy's name up already. Yeah. So that means Tommy's gonna definitely make an appearance on this season.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's your get it off the chest? You excited? What you think?
Bring Ghost back. From the dead. Let's figure out how to do it. Let's get the Infinity Stones and let's bring them back. Let's figure out how to snap the fingers like Thanos and let's get Ghost back.
He's gone.
You know what I mean? Bring him back. Bring back Ghosts. Bring back Ghosts.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, bring Ghosts back.
All right. What else we talking about?
All right.
So look, Odell Beckham. I'm gonna let you bring this in.
Bring it in. Odell. Well, first off, shouts out to Odell Beckham. One of the wide receivers out there.
Oh, okay.
Shouts out to Odell. You know what I mean? Like, we got one of the most iconic catches in football history.
That's
one-handed.
What Jace be doing, don't he?
Yeah, no doubt. To Odell. So shouts out to Odell. Don't want to take anything from his football career. One of the top wide receivers out. Done some amazing things in the league. I think he's playing for Cleveland now.
Get to the good stuff. Why are we talking about Odell?
Odell had a little room. Look at Odell allegedly. We got to start doing that too, just to make sure we good. You know what I mean? But allegedly, Odell likes to be doo-dooed on.
Baby,
you know what I mean?
Why you can't say defecated?
That's it. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Doo-dooed. Shitted. Either one. Whatever you like. You know what I mean? But how that got out is because Chief Keef, Chief Keef baby mama. Now, I knew Chief Keef's baby mama was out there like that, but not out there like that.
When I saw her with 6ix9ine, I already knew. That was
I knew that, but not at the level of what she was on. All right, so getting to the meat of the story, she was on a recent podcast. It's a podcast out there. Shout out to No Jumper. It's a No Jumper podcast
We're
out there.
We're not shouting them out.
And it's a spinoff. I already did. It's a spinoff of their podcast called Thoughts Next Door, which has Selena on it. And
Selena Powell. I don't know her friend's name.
I keep forgetting her. She had the biggest lips out of both of them.
And they're not real.
A bunch of hoes, and they're not ashamed to say it. I watched one of their recent podcasts where one of them was talking about, now that she found out about Zyrtec, she will have sex with Usher because now she can't get herpes.
That is the dumbest shit.
So she said any rappers out there that thought that, like NBA Youngboy, they was talking about him on a podcast.
Well, we talked about them before in the past podcast. Because what were we talking about?
Trey Songz.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she got in the tub and Trey Songz jacked his joint over on the tub, peed on her.
Okay, thank you.
That was not Celine. That was the other one, though.
You
know what I mean? But anyway, on this podcast, they was talking to Chief Keef baby's mom, and they was like, yo, give us something juicy. Give us something that everybody probably would not know. And she brought up the boy Odell Beckham. You know what I mean? And in her story, she talked about how her and Odell Beckham hooked up. So we're going to just let her tell what actually happened and how she ended up hooking up with Odell Beckham. Check it out.
Yeah, go, baby. You can't, you gotta.
Odell
you
Beckham.
Can keep it. Bombs!
Okay, I will tell y'all the story.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're avoiding lawsuits here.
Yeah, allegedly.
We're dodging
Okay. Yes, he loves to be shitted on.
Ooh. Okay,
that was my first time ever. I never
You
thought...
did it? You actually did it?
I actually couldn't shit. Okay, I couldn't shit. Okay,
I don't think I could shit on demand either. What the fuck?
I could not do it. That was something like I'm a wild
weird.
ass. I could do some freak asshole shit. You know what I'm saying? But the shit part, you can't just do that to me like on the spot. What?
Like
shit
on
right
me
now. Okay, he wanted me to come on a plane. He was like, make sure you don't have any underwear. Don't take a shower for 24 hours. I'm like, damn, what the fuck you on? But he was like, take a picture. This is how I got flown out. He was like, take a picture of me. You shitting. So I was like, all right, fuck. I could do that. So I took a whole video, bitch. What you want? I was like,
I love you.
You took a video?
Of me shitting. So I sent it to him. I got like the next maybe 2 hours I was in Houston.
Was it like a selfie video? How did you do this?
I was just
need that. I need lessons.
Shitting. Just like, I made it sexy as possible.
Of course.
I'm gonna do that.
I feel like anything you do is sexy. I just
we got the blueprint here.
Fuck it.
The exclusive on No Jumper, baby.
No Jumper. Okay, so
Exclusive. How to bag Odell Beckham.
All right, they got the exclusive on how to bag Odell Beckham. You know what I mean? Now, let's unpack this thing a little bit.
Unpack it.
First, she said that Odell, she hit him up and he hit her up and told her not to take a shower.
Right.
Well, first off, he wanted her to take a picture. Well, she wanted him to take a picture of her shitting.
Right. So she did a video.
She ended up doing the video. That turned him on, so he flew her out. That's what they like to say. I got flued out. So he flew her out to the spot. And when he got there and they started getting into it, he was like, yo, shit on me.
That is.
And now, allegedly, this is what she said Odell Beckham said as far as that. What do you guys say about that before I say my part?
I don't even... stuff like this upsets me, right?
Right, no doubt, no question.
It's nasty, and they're nasty, and they think it's so cute and funny, and all these dudes and all these celebrities and athletes, they know what these girls are about. Like, why do they keep going to them for sex? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, but some dudes in their mind, they just be like, yo, it's less work. Just go, bag a hoe and
I don't have a problem with that. If you're gonna bag a hoe that's quiet, they know these girls talk.
Nah, ain't no such thing as quiet hoes.
That's a fucking lie.
There's no such thing as quiet hoes. Hoes are loud. Hoes are everybody know all the hoes. Most hoes are loud.
You stressing me out. Okay?
I'm just saying, most hoes make a lot of noise. They
How do you know
they in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a few hoes in my day. Okay. Okay, so yeah, they make a lot of noise.
I want to know what you think. What do you think about somebody shitting on somebody?
Well, first off,
because that's taking it a step further than peeing.
Hey, now when your freak meter hits the top, and you can't think of nothing else to do, now shitting,
you can get sick like that.
Yeah, feces, bacteria, and dirty stuff. But listening to more what she said, we didn't play all of it. She said that he had like a peroxide kit and everything ready to go.
A what?
But I don't know, peroxide
what the hell
and all
is
this
peroxide?
Stuff. I have no idea. Peroxide, whatever he had, he was ready to get cleaned up after the shit fest.
But what I don't understand is he just wanted to be shitted on. Boom, that makes me. I'm a nut. Ooh.
I don't know.
And then
I don't know if he was gonna rub it in.
What do you do with that?
I don't know if he was gonna baby oil it in or how he was gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like once she busts on him and the shit hit, he was gonna spread it on her. I don't know.
I'm tired of these girls. Like I'm really like people are giving them too much attention, and I don't want to talk about them no more. I'm finished.
They're getting a lot right now. But just shouts out to Odell. Hopefully that's not true. Odell did put out a statement. He said, "Yo, I'm on my pivot. I'm focused right now. I'm not gonna let anybody knock me off my game." He said by throwing any kind of shit at me. Now I don't know if that was a dig by throwing shit at him. Was he trying to be funny?
But for real, like one more thing, like who is going to admit that? Yeah, I like to be shitted on. He not gonna be like, yeah, I let her do it.
No, like, it's out there on a couple of porn sites because they was talking about the sites they go to. And
I know, but Odell's
like
not going to just be like, yeah, I like that. I like.
It's a special group of people. That's all I'm saying. There's a special group of people.
Might get it off your chest. The shit is nasty, and I'm tired of talking about them hoes.
Ladies, and for y'all, if you can even do that, something wrong with you. If you can stand over a man and a joint on his chest, and you cool with that, something wrong.
Thank you.
Then what kind of doo-doo do you want on? You want solid? Do you want liquid? Like,
it's whatever comes out. So
do you want the splats? Like, I don't understand it.
All right. So listen.
All right.
I'll let next and last get it off your chest. From last week to this week, it's been so much stuff on social media and the news about violence against women. Like, what is happening? So, of course, you already know the Meg and the Tory thing, right?
We already know that. That kicked it off. That kicked off this year.
Tamar Braxton and her fiance, David.
Yep.
They had this whole thing. That story is super committing
suicide.
Yeah, and he called the police, and people saying his police recording that sounded a little fishy.
Yeah, man.
He just posted the other day he was going to the beach with her son, and then like the next day or 2 days later, he files a restraining order against her.
Yeah,
she rebuttals that by showing a picture of her bruised leg, saying he was going to kill both of them. Right. It's a mess. It's a lot of
he said, she said, and back and forth. And then Masika done messed it up for everybody because we don't know if Tamar put that bruise on her body or not because Masika out here making fake videos.
I was like, where are you going with this?
You know she did that fake video. Like how we know Tamar got that? How we know she Masika herself up and then put that out there on him like that?
Oh my God.
Could be a setup. I'm just saying.
Either way, that
I'm just
relationship
saying.
is super, super toxic. Like
It is.
they need to
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody got to. They need double restraining orders from everybody. They need triple restraining orders. I don't know how you do it. 3-way restraining orders. Everybody needed a restraining order in that situation.
Yeah. And then Joe Budden.
The boy Budden. Yeah, man. Shout out to Joe Budden though. Joe Budden podcast.
His name is
Let me
Joe
shout out to him.
Budden
That's why I said Joe Budden.
with no S.
I don't know. I always add that. I'm sorry, y'all. But,
Talk to me. Come on. So that's your dude. Talk to me about what he's been in the spotlight for.
I don't know, man. Joe just he's been in quite a few different relationships, different models and TV type females, you know, from Love and Hip Hop and IG models and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's getting kind of like the same story told each time, that he's abusive, not just verbally but physically. So, you know what they say when you hear the same story 3, 4, 5 times, after a while you kind of be like, all right, 5 people not going to tell the same story the same way. So, I mean, we already know that he's admitted to different things like drugs and drug abuse, alcohol abuse and stuff like that. And we know things like that can make you act definitely out of character, or a lot of it sometimes brings out the character in you.
Yes.
So, but it's disappointing. I mean, I don't know. We haven't had any hard evidence outside of like the leaked phone calls and stuff like that. So we haven't seen like pictures or a video of him doing anything like that. So it's still kind of a he said, she said, to a certain degree.
You know what they say, when there is smoke, there is fire.
Yeah.
So,
unless somebody's smoking weed. But go ahead.
So, all right. So I'm finished with your button. The last one, and all this has happened. We didn't name 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Bow Wow.
Yeah. So now,
your boy.
Ho. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Bow, though. Shouts out to Bow Wow out there. It's shocking. You kind of got at me earlier with it, like, yo, did you hear about Bow Wow? And his story started hitting social media, and I guess people are coming out. Like people are like, yo, I need to tell my tale. What is his baby mama's name?
No, she don't have he doesn't have a baby with her, but her name is Kimani or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, so some interesting audio of Bow Wow and Kimani came out recently, and it didn't sound too good. So if they were already saying that Bow Wow was being abusive,
short man syndrome,
this might kind of back up their story. So let's get into that. This is a situation that happened between Bow Wow and Kimani. Check it out.
If I'm not nobody, so let me leave.
Nah.
I'm nobody, but you got me in this room like a fucking prisoner. So why can't I leave?
Because you ain't busting a move, nigga. You can't get around me.
I gotta fight you to get out the room.
I guess so. Man, boy, I'm gonna burn you, boy. I'm gonna burn you, boy. You toast, boy. Yo, Judge, you better tell her, boy. Just warn her now. You better stay on her side, boy. She don't know she fuck with, boy. I ain't them niggas you fuck with, boy. I'm very powerful in this shit. I'm telling you right now. You won't work a day in your motherfucking life fucking with me. I'm telling you right now, nigga. No, you think I'm playing? Just, she think I'm playing. She think I'm playing. She think I'm playing like I would not take my whole 2019 to be just fuck over her life and everybody she involved with.
2019 on that.
She think it's a game, bro. You have a hard time, nigga. I'm trying to tell you right now, boy. You have a hard time.
Okay, shot.
You won't have a hard time.
Can I just have a hard time?
You have a hard time, nigga. You have a hard time.
I'm
Just
ready
in my
to
room,
do
blood. In my room.
I know you're not. I just want to leave.
We can talk, then you can leave. On God.
AD,
We can talk, then you can
I don't want
leave.
to talk to you.
You just said if I stay right here, we
I
can talk,
don't
and you
want
can
to talk
leave.
to you. Well, whatever you can say to me, you can
Bro,
say
ain't
to
nobody
me in
about
the
to fuck
room.
with you, bro.
I don't want nobody to
I
leave.
swear
the
on the
room.
Bible, bro. I'm not about
I
to fuck
don't
with you,
care.
bro.
You swear to God you would never hit me again.
Bro,
But
I'm
he's
gonna
here.
sit right here. I'm gonna sit right here.
No.
I'm gonna sit right
You're
here.
not leaving the room.
I'm gonna sit right here and talk to
I
you,
don't
bro.
care.
I think that's enough.
I think so,
I think
too. I've
we're
heard
enough
enough.
with that. To hear that, man, just everybody's definitely putting them in that category of Tory Lanez right now.
Yeah.
But all seriousness, it's not really nothing to really joke about. because if something like that is going on, and you have these men out here and these women are claiming that there's some kind of abuse or something going on, somebody has to investigate, look into it, and then you got to know when you need help. You know what I'm saying? When you need to go get some help, seek some help, and figure this out. Now, allegedly, because this is just audio of her saying it, there hasn't been any video or any pictures of him doing it, so it's still another situation where it's a he said, she said type.
Let me say this: I got two takeaways from this. All right. The first one is, it sounds like there are other people around. It sounds like there's another dude around and possibly another female. Right. Like, who lets this happen? Especially as another dude. Like, who lets this...
And just watch this.
How you not checking another dude who's doing that to
like,
somebody?
Yo, son, you doing too much with that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
And then the second thing is, it's crazy because when you see Bow Wow with his daughter, he's so loving. And that girl... It's somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what you have to like. What you just said right there was like put it into a lot of perspective. Especially when you have a daughter, you have to think that to yourself when you're about to put your hands on another woman. Like, this is somebody else's daughter, and you have to say to yourself, what would I do if somebody did that to my daughter?
Yes.
What would I do if somebody put their hands on my daughter, or definitely punched my daughter while she was pregnant?
And that's what he's being accused of, which is unacceptable. And even if he didn't put his hands on her, to lock somebody in a room when they're telling you, let me go, let me leave.
And like, yo, you gonna have to fight me. Like, now that kind of puts it over the top right there when it's like, you got to fight me to get out. If you want to get out of here, you gotta have to fight me.
That's crazy.
So
crazy talk.
Definitely wasn't a good look for Bow. I know he probably hate that that's out there, but
well, like, don't do stuff like that, and then it wouldn't have to be out there.
You gotta fix it, Bow. You gotta figure it out. You gotta fix it. And then if it's anybody out there, once again, I know we've talked about abuse before in the podcast. If you know somebody that's being abused, man, you got to step up for them and say something. You know what I mean? Like, help them out. And then if you are watching this podcast and you're being abused, like, get some help. Figure it out. Get somebody. Hey, look, I'm being abused. I don't want to be in this situation anymore, and I need help. Like, so figure it out. Like, if you know somebody out there, help them. If you are somebody, get the help you need. Like, get that help for real. Like,
it's sad. It's really sad. And it's even sadder that we literally had like 5 stories under just this one umbrella. Get it off your chest. Off like, men abusing women or treating them bad. What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, man.
And they got whole mothers.
Yeah. Like, think about your mom. Think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Because everybody got a mom.
Sister, like, cousin, now, whatever.
I know we can't speak for almost everybody, because I know it's probably some men out here that have been abused by their moms, or their mom is not in their life. So they don't understand the dynamic of having a woman around. So for you definitely probably suffering from some kind of PTSD or something. So you need to get help too, if you're doing that, because it stems from something. So you got to figure that out. You got to get help. Got to get help, which kind of rolls into the abuse topic.
Our topic for today. It's not really it's kind of abuse, but we want to talk about disciplining your child, right?
Yes, that's really the topic. Disciplining your...
How far is too far when we talk about disciplining your kids? And
man.
So look, this story came from a recent story that was in the news. I think this weekend. Right. It was a teenager. I think she's about 14 years old. Yep, she lived in Atlanta, and there was a video of her father and who I assume to be her stepmother in a garage. Right. And the garage is like halfway open, and she's sitting in the seat, and they're like yelling at her, yelling in her face, and they're hitting her and slapping her and all this stuff. Yeah. And then at one point she tries to escape. Right. So she runs under the garage door. Her father runs behind her and literally drags her back in the garage under the door and sits on top of her.
Grabs her by her hair and drags her back into the garage. I do remember at one point on the video, I don't know if she kicked at her mom. I heard her mom say, "Did you just kick at me?" I think that kind of flared something up, because I do.
But I don't think she was trying to fight her. Yeah, it was more of a
defense mechanism.
The whole situation was fucked up.
But, like just totally bad.
And just the update real quick. So her father got on some social media platform trying to paint a picture of his daughter being bad and running away and being mixed in with the wrong crowd and being disrespectful.
Right.
And he said that was his way of disciplining her, and he didn't think anything was wrong with that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Lil Scrappy? Is that Scrappy?
Lil Scrappy, yeah, from
He,
Atlanta.
you know,
Lil
everyone
Scrappy.
saw it. Everyone started talking about it. So he was like,
Yeah.
you know, he was like, if y'all know her, reach out, let me know. But anyway, long story short, she ended up with Waka
Deb.
Flocka's mom,
Yep,
Deb.
Deb.
And so
Deb
I guess
stepped
for
in.
now she's safe and sound.
She's
But-
good. It's a video of her and Deb sitting on the porch or stepped together, and I think she tried to get her in touch with her grandmother so her
Yeah.
grandmother could you know step in and
Yeah.
help her with the situation. But it was a video of her up later on smiling, and she seemed
Yeah.
like she was actually okay. But we don't know. Once again, we don't know the whole situation. What's actually going on in the house. So this is an outside opinion looking in and just seeing what it is. Because we don't know what.
But we can only judge from the video. And
That's
what
right.
I saw in the video was unacceptable for
Yeah.
a grown ass man
Yeah.
to do what he did to his daughter.
Yeah, to hold her down and she's talking about she can't breathe
Yeah.
and all of that's going on. Like it was extreme. It was extreme. So it's hard to really gauge on what's too far because the rules of engagement have changed a lot for parenting in 2020. From like we like to say back in the day when you used to really get your ass whooped and it was like that's what it was. Like people back in like, you know, you could generally be in the mall, your parents could take their belt off and whoop you and everybody would just keep walking like it's nothing and be like, yeah, where now
Hell, you used to
If
get
you-
beat by your teachers in school.
yeah,
That's crazy.
like if you get a whooping now, and somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, don't hit that child like that," or you know, people try to step in because everybody has a different level of how they discipline their kids,
Right.
and
I feel like this. Look, parents sometimes, especially black families, and I'm gonna just go ahead
Right.
and make this sweeping generalization, and I know
Right.
that is not for everybody, and
it's not
everybody
for
don't do this, right?
Right.
A lot of us grew up with our parents hitting us, right?
Yes.
And we just let that cycle continue because we like, well, I came out fine. It must have worked, right?
Right.
So, but I feel like we always look at our kids like they're our property. Like they're not our property. They are here for us to guide them and lead them. And they are human beings. So we can talk to them and guide them and punish them as opposed to putting our hands on them all the time. You know what I mean? I just don't,
Right.
I don't agree with that. What's your take on it? And especially a man hitting a female child,
Yeah.
that's unacceptable.
Right, and this is where we draw our own opinions into it because we also challenge each other as far as parenting goes. We kind of balance each other out what we feel like punishment should be and how we should discipline and stuff like that. You know, so. I feel like in some instances with me, you know, I just feel like if a child is super out of place and super disrespectful to a parent, I think that some kind of action should take place sometimes. And sometimes, I mean, I'm old fashioned, so I still believe at a certain point, depending on what level that the child disrespects you, that sometimes a whooping is in place, needs to be in place right now. I think sometimes a kid needs a good old fashioned take the belt off and be whooped because and this draws into social media. The kids now are their vision for things is more brighter. They've been introduced to so many different things. They've been introduced to how other kids react with their parents and how other kids are in different movies and different things. And they take on these personas and they feel like, you know what, I'm going to be that way toward my parent, not realizing what the outcome could be for that. And sometimes I feel like the outcome can't be just, you know, go to your room or just go sit in the corner or just, hey, let me take these games away from you or let me just take your phone away sometime. I think sometimes that, you know, I feel like you have to let a child know like, yo, the world is a mean place. And you can't disrespect and treat anybody any kind of way, and there will be consequences. And I think sometimes that a whooping, I think it's like the equivalent of like somebody going to jail. You have to let people know if you commit a crime, you go to jail. Jail is not nice, you know?
I hear you, and I agree
Right.
to a certain extent. I feel like, yes, there are situations where if somebody is extremely out of pocket or if you have a child that's trying to fight you, yeah, you're going to have to lay their ass out.
Right.
But in everyday instances where if you're using violence as a discipline measure, I just don't agree with that. I don't.
Yeah, no, definitely not every day. Like I said, you gotta grade the situation yourself and figure out what needs to happen at that time. And I get it. As a parent, a lot of us, we're upset. We react on impulse. What's happening at the moment, what the child is doing, and what's going on, and it makes you react immediately with what's going on. So, you know, and I don't even know what to tell you to do in that situation because I don't know what I would do. It depends on what's happening at the moment, and I know I'm a person that sometimes I react off of what I see and what's going on at the moment, and then I got to hear the story, hear what's going on, then calm myself back down and be like, okay. So, you know, I'm known for that, but I've never, you know, I have a daughter. I've never just immediately put my hands on her because she's done something. But, you know, I've been known to just be like, hey, man, I started at 10 with my voice, and then she got to kind of tell me, hey, Dad, you know, it was that. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, my bad, but look, still, don't da-da-da. So, and that, and what a lot of kids have to realize, too, it comes from a parent like myself or from the right parent. It comes from a love and wanting to see your child do right. Some parents do it because they're just out here being, either they were abused or they are on drugs or they got things going on with them and they take it out on the child, and that's not right.
Yeah, but we can't, as parents, you can't set that precedence, especially for, I'm going to just center on if you have girls, and you can talk about boys or whatever, but you can't, as a parent, especially as a father, not you in particular, but you can't talk degrading to your child. You can't put your hands on your daughter and then say, I'm doing it because I love you, because that is what she's going to come to expect in a relationship.
Yeah.
When the dude is in a relationship with her, he whooping her ass and he be like, I'm only doing this because I love you, and she think that's normal because that's what she grew up on. We as parents got to set that precedence from the beginning, and you can't use love and I love you, that's why I'm beating your ass. That don't make sense. Right.
And that's where I'm on the fence with her. This is where I'm on the fence with her a little bit with that. I think you just gotta be clear. You can't just say I love you, that's why I'm beating you. You have to be clear on why I am doing it, because I'm your father and I'm responsible for you, and I have to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because what I do now will keep you from being in trouble and around the wrong people and making the wrong mistakes in life later. So you can't just say the word love and not have an explanation with it.
But just like you did now, that explanation and that having that conversation, and I'm talking more to kids that are of age to have these conversations. So teenagers and maybe, you know,
because everybody, if it's a little 2-3-year-old running around, you're going to pop them on the ass every now and then when they trying to put their finger in the socket, or you tell them don't touch that and you done said it 10 times. You got to put a little, you know, foot the ass with them a little bit and, hey, stop quit.
It.
You know what I mean?
So what you just said, though,
little pop action.
That's what you're supposed to do. As opposed to all out coming, trying to hit them or whatever. Yeah. You have those conversations with your kids so they can understand, like, we got to break that cycle. Hitting, that's abuse. Some kids got PTSD from that shit. That's real life abuse.
Yeah. But like I said, that comes from the parents that I feel like they don't know the level and when to. Like, that's not for every situation, or when you have to be more assertive in your parenting than you are at normal times. Because like I said, I'm a little old fashioned. I believe once they go to a certain plateau, then you have to say, okay, I gotta put these hands on you because you out of pocket. Like, we've seen videos of, you know, moms having to fight their daughter because their daughters have talked trash and swung on them. And you got to fight your daughter. Like, do you just stand there with your hands down and let your daughter beat?
Of course not. I say it always. There's levels to it.
Yeah. So,
and don't get it twisted. When kids become teenagers, they feel themselves. They smell themselves. You always going to have that pushback or that back and forth. But you just got to learn how to navigate through that and not immediately go to whooping their ass. Yeah, true that. But then, like, with the video, I know we skated off of it a little bit, but back to the video that we did see, like, that level, definitely out of pocket. Too much.
It looked like she was being interrogated, like she was in like some drug dealers had her.
It was crazy.
You know, like that's at a real high level. You know what I'm saying? And if your child is running away or different things is going on, you gotta get them some help to find out why they're running away. What's going on?
Why she don't want to be there? There's something happening.
There's a reason why she's doing it. Now, once you do the homework and you get the help done and the child is still acting like that, then you've done, long as you, like she likes to say this all the time, long as you've done everything it is possible to help the child, then after that you can say I tried everything and nothing helped. And then at that point,
I mean, you still don't give up on your child.
you don't give up, but at that point you just be like, yo, this is who she is, this is who he is. And then you try to just manage through that the best you can.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best way I could say with that right there.
Yeah.
But it was bad. It was a sad situation. It was sad to see the video like that. Having a daughter, I could have never imagined doing my daughter like that. You know, something like that. You know, but
crazy.
you know, I just hope everything works out in that situation. I'm glad Deb stepped in. That was big for her to do that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people see stuff like that and just be like,
oh, that's messed up, and then move on to the next thing.
So to see her take action like that, I think that was great. You know, and then if you like I said, if you run across this podcast and you're a child and you're being abused, tell somebody, get some help. If you know a child that's being abused, you need to say something and get that child some help too, because you know, if you don't help them now, it's definitely going to affect them later and down the road. And then as a parent, you know, figure out if you have anger management and you can't control yourself, then you have to figure out ways to control yourself, because sometimes you could actually be the problem. That's what's making the child run away, or what's making the child act out. So if you're the problem, you got to fix yourself in order for the child to, you know, act the way you want them to act, you know.
What that mean?
I mean, just you know, just do the right thing. Go to school, do your homework, don't run away. You know, you want your child to do the basic good child stuff. You know what I mean? Like do the basic good child stuff. Clean your room.
The basic,
you know,
good child stuff.
Clean your room, do your homework, don't talk back. You know, just
Yeah.
for real. So you know, I mean that's a serious thing. So if you know anybody out there dealing with that, hey, help them. You know, that's the best advice I can get you, is to help them figure out what's going on.
Say something. When you see something, say something. Don't be silent.
And if you are a parent and you're one of these parents we talking about, and you
Check
like,
yourself.
yo, that's me, then go get
yourself
before you rickety wreck you. But no,
Right.
for real. I thought about it. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yep.
But before you know, do something that you're gonna regret, you know. Okay, because things
And stop using the excuse that I was raised that way, I'm okay. Break the cycle. Like, stop the madness. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but every now and then,
No.
a little foot to ass sometimes has to happen. Okay, for the parents that I know that you had to put foot to ass for a good reason. Okay, we're not excluding you. Hey, we get it. You know, it was totally out of pocket. Totally out of pocket. You know what I mean? Breaking stuff in the house like they bought it. Yeah, foot to ass. Foot to ass. Slamming something down in the house that they ain't paid for. Foot to ass. So
you done?
just know the foot to ass situations. That's all I'm saying. Just judge them when it's time. But hold on. Derek said, let me see. Is this a foot to ass situation? You know, think about it. You know, go through the foot to ass category and then be like, yeah, this is a foot to ass. And we gonna get them.
I am done with you.
Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, thanks for checking us out, Static Flow. Make sure you following us. You already know what to do. Instagram and Facebook, The Static Flow Podcast.
Yep.
YouTube.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe to our page, and that's Static Flow Podcast. Hit the share button. Hit the like. I forgot to say it earlier, man. Hit the share button. If you watch this later, hit the share button. Share it. Let everybody know about our podcast, Static Flow Podcast.
All right.
And we do it because we just like to talk about, you know, things
just like
that
to talk about stuff. That's
things that
happening.
need to be said. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess we had a great episode this time because it was no static and it was all flow. Right?
I think so.
All right. There it is. So,
All right.
Static Flow Podcast, man. We out.